What I was thinking about is I'm convinced that a lot of people still don't know and understand really that what they're looking for, and when I say what they're looking for, meaning like the fulfillment people are looking for in life, a lot of people don't understand that fulfillment is in the actual work towards getting the thing that they think the fulfillment is in, right? In other words, like when people are working to get a new crib, new apartment, new car, new purse, new shoes, new like that seems like that's the highlight of the specific journey, and it is a highlight. But the fulfillment is not there. The fulfillment is in the process of getting the thing, and I think if a lot of people understood that, a lot of people would be more peaceful and happy and fulfilled in the process of getting a thing, right? And I didn't think about that until the young man that was clearing the table off here. I asked him how was his Christmas. He said Christmas was good, but he couldn't wait to get back to work. And when he said that, I was like, I thought I was the only person that thought like that, because I'm always thinking about getting back to work. Not that I don't enjoy the fun things, not that I don't enjoy vacations and movies and day trips and all kind. And that stuff is fun. Even being able to purchase things from the work is fun, right? But the fulfillment is in the actual process of doing it. You know what I'm saying? And for the longest, I couldn't understand that. And I'm telling you when I really started understanding it is even when I found myself doing nothing, like when I had downtime, I would still want to go just sit in my office and kind of just tinker around. And I was like, why? And I could look up and say, you know what, 3 hours, 4 hours have passed that I could have watched 2 movies. I could have went to the mall. I could have did all these things. I said, but I sit here and tinkered around. And it just came to me that this is where I want to be. So, I just started falling in love with the work. And it's not just that work is fulfilling. It's really about like why we're here. Like when I talk about fulfillment, it's really about why we're here and purpose. Like there's no greater feeling than to wake up and go to bed at night knowing that you did something, said something, painted a picture, built a piece of furniture, made a piece of music, wrote a poem, or did anything with your creative power that's going to affect another human being, that's going to make them possibly be a better person. I'm telling you, there's nothing more fulfilling. Like I love getting checks from what I do. I love getting YouTube checks. I love getting checks from all the things I put together. But there's nothing more fulfilling than me firing up a video or me looking at the comments and somebody saying, "Oh, bro, what you said, man, it changed this right here," or "I shared this with my so-and-so and it changed everything." Like that's the reward. And if a person doesn't understand that's the reward, they're going to look up one day with a mansion full of shiny things, still scratching their heads on why poor little soul is over here still smiling. You know what I mean? Like why I say life is so good, because I found out that the joy we're looking for is in the actual work. That's when things like purpose and hierarchy and connecting with God all come into play, because it's all connected. Like it's actually like, and I think this is in the book, the Four Agreements. Is when I first saw this written down. Is when I read that it just said that the work is the worship. And when I read that, I said, you know what, that makes sense, because I'll say it like this: like we can get up and we can go to all these religious services. We can get up and read our Bible 24 hours a day. We can do all these spiritual acts. But it comes down to what we're doing once we leave those services or those spiritual acts. It's like what work are you doing? Like okay, you it's like you've done all this studying, you've done all these meetings to get this information, but what are you doing with this information? So it comes down to you doing the work. And again, there's just no greater feeling. Even when the Bible says faith without works is dead. Of course, we understand on one level that, you know what, okay, you can believe, but if you don't work, like there's nothing, like your faith it can't do anything unless there. But at the same time, faith without works is boring. Faith without works is boring. Like sitting there believing without having to go through challenges, without having to go through pitfalls, without having to test your faith. Like I like setting a goal. I like setting a milestone. I like setting a revenue goal or weight goal and start that journey, and having to go through the many battles, having to say, you know what, okay, I'm faced with this challenge. Do I really stand on all this shit that I say on these videos? Like, do I really stand on that, or am I full of shit? Like, I like that challenge. And without that, like, if I was just able to meditate, wake up, and whatever I thought was going to be there was going to be there, it wouldn't be any fun. It's kind of like I use the example of playing a video game with no ops or no challenges. It's like that wouldn't be fun, but for 5 seconds, right? So all I'm saying is, man, if you can get to the point where the desired outcome is not what you're working for, if you can fall in love with the actual process of getting there, man, it's gonna change everything. It's just gonna change everything. It's gonna change what fulfills you. It's gonna change what motivates you. It's gonna change what inspires you. So all I'm saying is fall in love with the work. Work is priority.